Everybody, you've reached the Delaney Cowboys Certified Correct Playbook.
So yeah, whatever we can do to start looking at other field goal kickers, we better hurry up and do it because that will cost us a huge game. And it's going to be a game that's going to be with everything on the line. And we'll have this field goal kicker missing a field goal that'll send us home. So got to jump all over that right away. The only other thing that made me scratch my head is right before halftime, okay, you run a couple plays there. You throw a little pass to Zeke. He gets the ball all the way near midfield. You got one timeout, plenty of time to line up, call that timeout, and line up for a Hail Mary. You're right around the 48, 49-yard line, which is perfect position for a Hail Mary pass. And the Cowboys don't call the timeout, and they start walking towards the locker room while the clock was still running. That's not the kind of coaching I'm looking for. When you make it to midfield and you got a timeout and there's about 5-6 seconds left to go in the half, you're supposed to line up and blow that timeout, and you're supposed to throw a Hail Mary pass. Because on a Hail Mary pass, I've seen plenty of halftime Hail Mary passes, and they scored a touchdown. The ball got tipped. It got tipped to your a player on offense. It got tipped to him somehow, and you scored a touchdown going into the locker room. Or you can get some kind of pass interference, something where you can line up and kick a field goal. You might get a pass interference or something. Someone might make a mistake and knock a player down, knock him out of his route, some kind of flag. So, that's what you want there when you got a timeout with 5 seconds ago. You don't start walking towards the locker room. Okay, our coaching staff should already understand that. That's how you handle that situation. Jason Garrett should know better than that. See, this is what I had said on my video when we lost that game back there to the Carolina Panthers. If anybody wants to go back and look at my video, Awuzie was not turning his head looking for the ball when the ball is in the air. Okay. Now I'm a coach. If I'm on the Dallas Cowboy coaching staff, I'm already coaching him up in that Carolina game in week 1 when I already noticed that Awuzie was not turning his head. I challenge anybody to go back and look at that video that I made when we lost to the Carolina Panthers, a game that I knew we was going to lose, and I predicted that we would lose, by the way. Okay, I challenge anybody to go back and look at that video on the Delaney Certified Correct Playbook, and you will hear me mention that in the National Football League, Awuzie, you have to turn your head to look for the ball. If he turns his head right now and looks for the ball, guess what? He'll locate the ball, and he probably would have picked it off. And he still almost picked it off. Okay? But see, that's the proof that you don't have a coaching staff in place here in Dallas. Okay? Okay? This is what I'm talking about, not having a coach, a true football coach, trying to run a National Football League organization, but you don't have a coach in place when your owner is the coach, okay? And everybody always wants to know what's wrong with the Cowboys. Why are they losing this game? Why are they losing that? What's wrong? What's wrong? Any problem you can come up with the Dallas Cowboys on that field between those white lines, I can show you how I can trace it straight to Jason Garrett, straight to the fact that we don't have a National Football League coach. The Dallas Cowboys is the only team in the National Football League that doesn't have a true NFL coach that knows what they're doing and knows what they're talking about. Circus clowns. That's what you got on the Dallas Cowboys sideline, a bunch of goddamn circus clowns. And on top of that, like I told Rashard last week, whenever this game is critical on a third down or when we are in situational football where the football game is critical, I want to see an outside linebacker coming around that corner to put pressure on that quarterback and make sure he only gets 3 seconds, and we'll take our win or our loss on that play. I want to see a blitz from that inside linebacker from that outside linebacker on critical plays. Okay? 2 or 3 times in this game I've already seen where we gave up third downs and we didn't have no outside linebacker coming on the blitz. Okay? And on offense, we had 2 or 3 third down and 6s on offense, and you don't got the right play called on that down and distance of that 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6, 3rd and 7. I know the play that breaks the backs of any National Football League team. I've mentioned it on my other videos. I'm not drawing that play up on the board. I'm sorry. It's not going to happen. If Linehan can make $4 million for calling the wrong play on 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6, 3rd and 7, if he can get $4 million for that, you're going to pay me for the play that I know that works 100% of the time on 3rd down 5, 3rd down 6, 3rd down 7. I'm sorry. I'm not drawing it up on the board until I see a check. But for the most part, the coaches have done most of what I said on my video. You've been in that I formation more than about 11 or 12 times a day. The halfback screen would be a perfect play coming up here real soon on this last drive. You can still get them with that halfback screen. You got 3 timeouts. It'll be a perfect play to get us out of trouble here. I don't know what Prescott's doing floating that ball that high in the air on that play. The play was covered. That means if I review the film, somebody else was open. All right?
New life for Dallas. Road wins in Philly and Atlanta.
If this guy would have missed this field goal, I guarantee you that if I'm in the Dallas Cowboy organization, his locker gets cleaned out tomorrow. Okay? Okay? If I'm the head coach of the Dallas Cowboys, this guy's got 1 more field goal to miss. He better make 10 straight before he misses another one. That's all I can tell you. He better make 10 straight before he thinks about missing another one. Okay? Because Jimmy Johnson, his next, I don't know. Jimmy Johnson still, when Jimmy Johnson was over there, Jimmy Johnson still might clean his goddamn locker out tomorrow. Okay? We ain't won shit and since we've lost that kind of coach and that kind of leadership. Bill Parcells, this guy still might have his locker cleaned out tomorrow. Okay? He's lucky he made that one. That's all I can tell you. But overall, had a pretty good day of play calling. I saw this I formation right around, it was anywhere between 9 to 13 times. This is what controls the game. We ran this pump and go 3 or 4 times. Okay, that's what we want. That stretches the safeties, stretches that defense, and then we can keep running downhill and dropping wood to Ezekiel Elliott the way we were doing. Ezekiel Elliott, 122 yards on the ground. This is the formula for success. This is how the I formation, pro formation system is ran. We're okay with the wrinkles. I want you to use this as a 5YY receiver audible. I see that you guys went ahead and just use it as a 5 wide receiver set. That's how Beasley got hit on this play. When I described it, that we would use this as an audible when we see the 8 and 9 people in the box. Remember how I described it on my last video? When we would see this safety come up, then that's where Prescott would say 395. Easy, 395. That's because that's the alert. You got 8 people in the box. You switch to this. They didn't really do that on the audible, but what they did do is they saw the play. The Cowboys see that it's a great design. And then that's how we hit Beasley on that 4th quarter slant in out of the 5 wide receiver set. You can use it for that. But just remember that the way you ran that to Beasley, remember the way you got that set up, because you can audible from this to this. And you can put Ezekiel Elliott and let Zeke run that. Zeke can come out of his position here, line up there, and he can run it out of that 5 wide receiver set, which gives the message to the defense that we want you not putting 8 and 9 people in the box. We will audible to 5 wide receivers. That's the best thing. That's the best little armor that the Cowboys could have in their toolbox for when these teams want to gang up on our I formation with 8 and 9 people in the box by bringing up this robber. Okay, now we'll do this to you at the line of scrimmage. Prescott, you see 14 seconds, 15 seconds on that play clock. You see 9 people in the box because they brought down that robber. You got that. You got time to go ahead and say, easy 395, 395, because with 15, 14, 13 seconds, these two players have a chance to go line up in their positions. Okay, they got time to make this a 5 wide receiver set out of that audible. Pretty good play calling today. Like I said, I saw 2 critical third downs. Rashard did not bring the middle linebacker around that corner. Okay, got to get people off of the field on third down. And these were critical third downs. When it's critical, if it's under 2 minutes, if it's late in the fourth, I have to see a man coming around that corner. We'll take our win or our loss, however the play turns out. It turns out what the fans and supporters of the Dallas Cowboys want. We want to know that the correct play was called. That's all we care about. If we can be with you for 23 years of calling the wrong plays, we can damn sure be with you if you're calling the right play and we still lose on that play, or we still lose the game. We can live with you all day if we lost the game and all the plays and the critical moments of the game, all of those play calls were correct. Because critical play calling, my friends, is paramount. Okay? All right? Okay. So that's what we got here. The Cowboys go ahead and win a game that was critical. Saw a lot of bad things with our field goal kicker. That has to be corrected. Okay? And the one thing I do want to say is, don't get mad at the messenger, okay? That's the number one thing human beings on a whole makes. I'm just the messenger, okay? I've had a rough life just like everybody else. I've had trials and tribulations. And on a Sunday for that 3 hours, like most of the sport fans that I talk about, man, we just want to, for 3 hours, can we see our favorite team play football with all of this stuff that we deal with on earth, with all these trials and tribulations? Can I see my team play football? Okay, can I relax my brain for 3 hours and forget about all of these problems for 3 hours that the world puts on us every day to deal with? Okay, and can I see a football team that is being coached correctly, and we're calling play calls in a manner that is correct when it comes to down and distance, and when it comes to formations, and when it comes to situational football? You had a situation there before halftime. You had 5 seconds on the clock. Zeke made a nice little play there on the 49 yard line. The situation is you're supposed to call a timeout and you're supposed to line up in a Hail Mary. This is what a coach does in a coaching brain. Don't get mad at Delaney for pointing that out. Delaney's just the messenger. I happen to be watching the TV and I see that Jason Garrett is supposed to be lining his team up in a Hail Mary before halftime. Don't get mad at the messenger. Don't get mad at the messenger. Okay, do your job that you're getting paid $7-8 million, $7 million, $8 million a year to do. Okay, because if you're not doing that job, Delaney's gonna see it. I'm just the messenger. You're the one making the mistakes. Just like Jerry Jones made the mistake of firing Jimmy Johnson after Jimmy Johnson handed you 2 Super Bowls. Jimmy Johnson handed you the truth. You didn't want the truth, so you fired him. See, that's the problem on this earth. Nobody wants to deal with the truth. And then when you're the messenger bringing the truth, everyone points the finger at you like you're the bad guy. No, I'm the good guy. I'm just the messenger. You don't fire a man after he hands you 2 Super Bowls, okay? Then you got Bill Parcells here, a man that's about to give a Super Bowl to Romo. He's about to give a Super Bowl to Witten, okay? Okay? Nah. You don't want Bill Parcells, the man that's about to take you to the Super Bowl, because, see, he's going to get the credit. Your ego is so big, Mr. Jones. Oh, I don't want Bill Parcells getting those cameras and lights and action. I got to have that credit for myself. Let me try to hire a puppet and I'll get the credit. Well, this puppet is about 23 years old and it hasn't worked. Don't get mad at Delaney for saying that. Delaney's just the messenger. I see what you're doing, and all I'm doing is reporting the message. Okay? You're the one that's delivering the message out there and putting that message out there. All I'm doing is seeing the message that you're putting out there, and I'm just commentating on the message. Okay, so don't get mad at the messenger. Okay? Something has to be said for the 23 years of this atrocity that's going on. Okay? Something has to be said for an owner that's making Tom Landry turn over in his grave. Okay? Something has to be said for the supporters and fans of the Dallas Cowboys that wish they can enjoy their 3 hours once a week in this turbulent, trial and tribulation world that we live in. We just want to be able to turn on our TV and relax our minds for 3 hours and watch a football game with coaching that's higher than junior league and higher than elementary school football coaching, okay? Because we got an owner that he wants to be the coach, the only owner out of 32 teams that does that. Don't get mad at Delaney. Oh, I'm mad at Delaney. He's talking about me. No, Delaney is reporting what he's seeing this owner do. I'm just the messenger, bro. I'm just the messenger. That's all I am, okay? But like I said, on this earth, the truth, for some reason, no one wants to deal with the truth, okay? See, what Jerry Jones should be doing is he should be calling me on the phone. Hey, you know what, Delaney, man? We're glad that you pointed that out, man. Thanks for bringing out those truths. I'm on these coaches now. We're making sure they understand down and distance. We're making sure that they understand situational football. We're making sure they understand formations, okay? We're making sure that under 2 minutes to go, they know what plays to call now, all because of you, Delaney. Thanks for bringing out those truths. Thanks for being the messenger, okay? That's what should be happening when people don't got problems with the truth, okay? If you ain't got no problems with the truth, that's the response I would be getting, okay? Don't get mad at the messenger. I'm just the messenger reporting this mediocrity and these goddamn circus clowns you got on the goddamn sideline. Don't get mad at the messenger, all right? Okay, so the Dallas Cowboys, they defeat the Atlanta Falcons 22-19. Dak Prescott was 22 of 32 for 208 yards. Okay, Matt Ryan was 24 for 34, 291 yards and a TD. Elliott, 23 carries, 122 yards and a touchdown. Okay, this was a game that we had to have setting up for this Thanksgiving game against the Washington Redskins on Thanksgiving Day here, coming up in a few days. We're going to see if the coaching staff of the Dallas Cowboys understands intensity level. Another facet of pro football, of any football, okay? High school level, whatever level, okay? You got to have coaches that understand the way Jimmy Johnson understood, the way Tom Landry understood. See, what we're looking for is change, okay? We're sick of the mediocrity, okay? You have to have a coach that knows that the Washington Redskins are going to come down to this stadium down here in Arlington, Texas on Thursday, and their intensity level is going to be on a playoff level, okay? They want to come down here and embarrass the Dallas Cowboys on the biggest watch game, on the highest TV rated game of the year. And you got to have a coach and a coaching staff that understands this. This is what Jimmy Johnson understood. He knew that you're coming down here on Thanksgiving Day to embarrass us. And that's why he didn't let it happen. Okay? And the only time it ever did happen to Jimmy Johnson was on a snow game with the Miami Dolphins when Leon Lett slid into a ball that was rolling around on a blocked field goal. That's the only time it ever happened. Any other Thanksgiving Day game that you saw Jimmy Johnson in around here, I'm almost 150% sure we won that game. Okay? Tom Landry, if I look at his record, I guarantee you that the stats are going to show that he was a dominating force on Thanksgiving Day. Okay? It's the most watched game, the highest rated game of the year. I believe that this Thanksgiving Day game, somebody can correct me if I'm wrong, is rated just as high as the Super Bowl. Okay? So now you got to have a coach knowing that this team is going to be flying in here. They're going to come down here with an intensity level that's on a Super Bowl level. They're going to be on a Super Bowl level of intensity. And they're going to come down here and with every intention of ruining all of the holiday festivities for the Dallas Cowboy fans, embarrassing this team on Thanksgiving Day, the way the Carolina Panthers came down here and did a couple of years ago, the way the San Diego Chargers did. You got to have a coach and a coaching staff that knows how to get their team up all that week of practice for that big Thanksgiving Day game and make sure that this Dallas Cowboy team comes out on that field with an intensity level like somebody just slapped all of their mothers across their face, okay? I don't care if you got to lie to that team, okay, the day before the game, and you take each one of those players individually and pull them into a room and say, hey, man, We got a report that some man slapped your mother across the face. The police is investigating. We're not going to have you go over there right now. The police is over there handling everything. The police said you can come and check it out on the next day after the game. But right now, the police is doing their investigation. They got the people in custody. There's nothing you can do right now. But somebody just slapped your mother, okay? That's the intensity level that I'm talking about on the Thanksgiving Day game on national TV when you got people flying in here trying to embarrass our team on national TV. Okay? That's the kind of coach that you got to have that understands which button to push, what light switch to turn on. Okay? Same thing when you're in the playoffs. You can't come out here like you come out here in a regular season. Okay? This is playoff football. And I'm telling you right now, this game is going to be played like playoff football. And if your coach don't understand the intensity, that he should know now. I just gave him the secret, okay? I know you're watching my videos. That's not a secret. Lil Bird told me what's going on with that, okay? That's why I don't hear Prescott saying Delaney at the scrimmage line no more. Because they got mad at the messenger. That doesn't bother me because I know human nature. When there's a truth, the truth is being spoken by a human, and it makes another human uncomfortable because of that truth, they get uncomfortable and they lash out at the messenger, okay? So I don't have no problem with that. I appreciate the times that he did say Delaney at the line of scrimmage. I don't have a problem with that. It's human emotion because I've also pointed out a couple of things. I praised Prescott when he did great, but I also did like Jimmy Johnson and like Tom Landry would do. I praise you when you do good, and I'm gonna point you out when you're doing bad. Like all those goddamn wide open receivers Prescott's been missing. Okay, been missing wide open receivers almost every game this year. Matter of fact, you were missing wide open receivers since the Atlanta game last year. Okay, now what is human emotion? If Prescott hears Delaney says that, he ain't gonna think in the back of his mind, oh, Delaney's only saying that because he's probably one of the biggest Cowboy supporters on the earth. He wants the Dallas Cowboys to win football games. He knows if I don't miss wide open receivers, Dallas Cowboys will win more football games. See, his mind ain't gonna do that because it's human emotion and it's the truth. Something that people are a little immune to on this earth. His brain's gonna go, oh man, he said something bad about me. He said I've been missing wide open receivers. Guess what, Mr. Prescott? You have been missing wide open receivers and we're sick of it. And we don't think you got a coach on the coaching field to show you how to stop missing wide open receivers, okay? Don't get mad at the messenger, okay? All right, I think I've said that enough times. I'm gonna finish up a couple more stats here. Cowboys had 20 first downs, Atlanta had 19. Time of possession went in favor of the Dallas Cowboys, 31 minutes and 57 seconds to 28 minutes and 3 seconds. The Cowboys scored 3 points in the first quarter. They scored 3 points in the third quarter, and they scored 16 points in the fourth. Why you don't got any points in the second quarter? The message is you got to clean that up. Can't go a whole quarter without scoring at least a field goal. One last time, I don't trust your field goal kicker. Don't get mad at the messenger. I'm only reporting what I see. Your field goal kicker looks shaky, and I can see it happening right now. It's late December. This game is for the division title. There's no time on the clock but 1 second. And we got this field goal kicker sitting 39 yards out. And we need this field goal to walk off a winner and to take the NFC crown for the Eastern Conference Championship. And now he's about to kick the ball, okay? Fix your problems before you get to that point. Don't wait till you get to the point. Fix it before you get to the point, okay? Think that's gonna do it here from the Delaney Certified Correct Playbook. If I don't cut the tape, you guys know that I got plenty to say. All right, did a good job for the most part. I wanna see that halfback screen ran at least 2 more times a game, okay? That halfback screen, you did the affirmation right, the way I told you. I gotta get that halfback screen in there 1 time per quarter, which is a total of 4 times a quarter, which keeps that 24-hour business of Zeke Elliott running off center, off guard, smash mouth football. And bottom line, it's a rough job when you're the messenger. I don't enjoy telling Scott Linehan that, hey man, I've seen your body of work. We should have left your 0-16 ass in Detroit. I don't enjoy that. All I can go by is what Scott Linehan has produced, what I see on my TV. And what I've been seeing on my TV is Scott Linehan doesn't know how to play call. Now here in the last 3 or 4 weeks, once these videos have started to hit him, okay, as y'all can see, he ran this I formation that I drew up on the board 2 days ago, and I said I wanted to see it 15 to 20 times ran in the game today. He made it near 15 times, and look at the result. We won. I put out this same kind of formation and a different kind of formation that were in the same family of plays out of the pro formation set last week. Scott Linehan started running that halfback screen and the slants that I've been preaching against Philadelphia last Sunday night. What happened? He won. So back to what I said. Don't get mad at the messenger. Control your human emotion when the truth is being spoken. When the truth comes out, that's when you bow down and let wisdom come into your brain. You let the truth control the situation. You let the truth trump your human emotion. Oh, what did he say about me? I'm mad, I'm mad, I'm mad. Wait a minute, what did he say? Damn, I'm Scott Linehan. Damn, you know what? Those plays I was calling, they were exactly like Delaney did say they were. They suck. I was calling plays like a goddamn circus clown. Okay? I'm what Delaney said I was. This man ain't done nothing to me. All he did was told the truth. Yeah, that truth, boy, triggers that human emotion faster than anything. I'm Jason Garrett. Damn, you know what? I should know to line up a tight end to chip block last year in that Atlanta game. And Delaney did make that video, and I was mad at him that he was bad-mouthing me because I didn't know how to line up a tight end. That's a right now adjustment. I don't need to go into no locker room for that. Damn, Delaney was right about that. Why am I mad at him? He's just a messenger saying what he saw. Damn, I am an idiot. I could have even lined him up in a pro formation and let the fullback pick that guy up that sacked Prescott 6 times. I got mad at Delaney. I'm calling him these names and these bad guy, and he's this bad guy, when all Delaney is a truthful guy with a high football IQ, and I should be respecting his knowledge, which will make me a better football coach. I damn near should mail him $1 million of my check. He's so good. Now we've won the last 2 games doing what Delaney has been drawing up on this board all goddamn year. Running that halfback screen. You guys have been running that halfback screen more in the last 2 years of me preaching to start running it than the Cowboys have ran the halfback screen in the last 20 years. And you can look at the videotape if you don't believe me, because you guys weren't running the halfback screen until I started preaching it on my show. Okay? Control your emotion. Let the truth come into your brains. Stop coaching this football team like a bunch of goddamn circus clowns. Jerry Jones, don't get mad at Delane because he knows that you fired a championship, a Hall of Fame football, 2 of them, okay? Tom Landry and Jimmy Johnson, Hall of Fame football coaches, delivering Super Bowl trophies, okay? Don't get mad at the messenger. All that messenger is doing is calling it like he see it. You're conducting and owning this team like a goddamn circus clown, Mr. Jones. You're acting like a goddamn circus clown, firing Bill Parcells. Well, not firing him, but it's still the equivalent of firing him. You made Mr. Parcells so uncomfortable, you made him say, hey, you know what? I don't want to have anything to do with Jerry Jones. I'm out of here. You ran the man off. That's just like firing him. Jimmy Johnson hands you 2 Super Bowl trophies, and then you fire him. And all Jimmy Johnson was telling you was the truth. He was telling you to get the hell out of his way and let him run the team. You might have paid for all the players and paid all the bills, but Jimmy Johnson, Norv Turner, Dave Wanstead, Ernie Zampese, it was their philosophies, their coaching is what made us win those Super Bowls, okay? But you still get credit because you're the owner. Take your credit, take a page out of Mr. Kraft's book up in New England. He stays out of the coach's way. He lets the coach run the team up there for the Patriots. He's in the skybox drinking champagne and eating caviar with his rich billionaire friends. I sure wish I could take Mr. Kraft's brain and put it inside of your brain, Mr. Jones. Then this Cowboy team would be sitting on 9 Super Bowls. All right? Don't get mad at the messenger. I'm just the messenger. I'm out of here.
Remember, you cannot win a football game in the National Football League if your coach doesn't understand how to out coach the other team's coaches, you're gonna lose. As I always say, see you next time. I want to thank the National Football League, NFL Network, ESPN, Fox Sports, Undisputed, ABC Sports, NBC Sports, and all NFL affiliates for any video coverage that you see on the Delaney Certified Correct Playbook. I also want to thank YouTube Music for NFL Primetime Music and the NFL Network. I also want to thank CBS Sports. I also want to thank Sound FX. All these affiliates have been named for video coverage.